Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about Bridgman and how to use this book because I've had I talk about it a lot, I recommend it a lot, and sometimes I don't make myself clear as to how to use the book at all. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to use the book in what I believe is the best way possible. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 20 years now, and I'm here to empower you. And one of the ways that I want to empower you is through drawing and making you better at drawing. And so the thing about Bridgman is that he helps you draw anatomy and the body in a very focused, constructed, solid manner. And the way that is best to study Bridgman is by copying. So this is why I think this, and this might be a completely apocryphal, but I heard it said that Frank Frazetta, if you don't know who Frank Frazetta is, there's some paintings that I will put right here. And so Frank Frazetta was said that he took Bridgman's book and copied it from cover to cover. And by the time he came out the other side, he can draw like Frazetta. If you look at Frazetta's anatomy in his drawings, you will see that there is a lot of Bridgman in them. I don't know if this story is true, that that's what he did. I don't know if that's how it worked. But it was enough for me to give it a try. So I started to copy Bridgman. And lo and behold, I came out the other side a lot better than I was. But I'm not just saying copy Bridgman. So I'll give you an example. And this is the Bridgman book that I use, but I've also bought these like mini Bridgman books because, for example, this head book has way more heads to copy from than the big book. I mean, like this Abraham Lincoln and this George Washington aren't in the big book, and there's more heads in here, and there's more on heads and eyes and things in these little books. I'm going to link to all these books in the description of this video, so never fear if you don't know what I'm talking about. And then this is a book of hands, and it's all Bridgman hands, and there's way more hands in here than again in the chapter of hands in the Bridgman in the big Bridgman book. So if you want to get good at drawing hands, and if you want to get better at drawing heads, these little books are well worth getting. So this really big book. So let's say we want to get better at drawing heads. Who doesn't want to get better at drawing heads? So I'm going to start drawing this head over here. And I don't recommend you just skip ahead and draw whatever. I would actually go through the entire thing and slowly work up to this point because there's a lot of really good drawings in Bridgman that you need to get to before you even get to this point. But I just want to illustrate something. So let's get to this head over here. And I'm going to draw it. Now, notice that I'm not straight up copying the head. I'm actually putting in I'm putting in this shape that I'm going to draw it in. Because what I'm trying to do is understand what I'm copying, not just I'm not a copy machine. I'm a person who is learning. So what I'm doing is I'm studying Bridgman's head, trying to understand what he's doing. I'm still using a lot of things like rhythms that I'm trying to follow here, and I'm checking his drawing to see if what he's doing. In order to understand it myself and be able to do it myself. And I'm trying to connect these two sides. Trying to measure here to make sure that I'm doing a good copy. Notice this isn't taking a short amount of time. This is not something that I'm rushing through. I'm trying to get this accurate. The point is not just simply to go through it. The point is to learn. So there's this. This is going on here. And I'm extrapolating this stuff from the copy. That there's a muzzle in here. And I believe he actually makes a point of it later in this book. In fact, not only later in this book, but this is what I'm copying, but look over here where he actually adds the little extra lines here. It's the same face. This is a really vague ear here. He didn't really, it must have been the copy. But I'm sure that this was done in pencil, and there was some really subtle lines going on that didn't quite photocopy very well. And there's a bunch of doodly weird muckety muck over here that I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's just scribbles, because it doesn't quite exist in any other spot. Now notice that this head, fortunately might not be the most perfect copy, but this head is this, but more complicated. So it's a really good idea to pay attention to all. So eventually it would probably be a good idea to draw that too. So that's what I'm going to do really, really fast. Well, faster. Because there's less of it. So maybe this lumpity lump here is this. So I'm making adjustments now because I really quickly placed in a bunch of shapes. But I'm off by, some of my shapes are off. I'm just checking and rechecking and rechecking. See, this is off. This is much wider in the book. Okay. Let's see why this is off. I'm trying to draw a pendulum. I'm trying to draw a pendulum. See, because I'm not happy with this. I'm trying to draw a pendulum from here down to here to see where, if I got this right. And it's half right. This corner here is in the right spot. But it's wider here. There, that's right. Okay, so I've got these two drawings, and so what I'm looking for is that I'm seeing what he did with all this stuff. This is a simpler version of this. This all exists here. This here is this here. This here is this here. This part here is this part here, but broken up. This chunk here is this. This chunk here is this. And in fact, because of that, I could see that I'm off. Now this area here didn't exist in the book. It's gone. So I think it's just the bad reproduction of the drawing. In fact, this side here is also gone. It's another bad reproduction of the drawing. So like, I added it, but they're not there. Okay, so what do you do after you copy the book? What do you do after you copy the drawing in the book? Well, then you test yourself. What did you learn? What did I learn? Let's find out what I learned, because I don't know. I learned that a head is kind of boxy up here. I learned that there's this kind of thing here. I learned that there was this going on. I learned that you can break up the head. Like this, there was this thing here. that goes with the eye. Now some of this I kind of cheated because I've done some Bridgman copies before. And so this is sort of a review, but I haven't done it in a while. And see here, I don't remember what was going on here. So I'm going to fake it for now. And this gobbledygook, I don't remember. So that's my attempt at a Bridgman head based off of those two copies. Now I'm going to check myself. Boop. Let me put that. Let's see what I got right here. Okay, so this I totally messed up on. So really what it should be is this. There's a corner here, see? Also, I didn't add this depth here. But I did get this right, but I just didn't give it depth. This, I forgot all about the nostrils and all that stuff that was going on here. And this, I didn't get right at all. Thought I had it right, but I didn't. And this, I left vague, where it could have been very, including this, right? This side here. And this part that I didn't do anything with. Goes all the way down to the ear. And that I got wrong also. Instead of, I did this on the nose when I should have done that on the nose. So you check yourself, and now you are learning stuff. Because if I was to do it again, which I won't because this video is taking a bit long, but I think you get the idea. The more you do it, if I was to do it again, I would try it again, trying to do, because there's this thing here. So I would check myself, see how much more I learned the second time around than the first time around. And you do this with just about everything. You check yourself. You check to see if you're learning anything after you copy the Bridgman. You do that with the arms and the torso and the head and in different positions and things like that. And what you're going to find out is that the more you do it, the more it's going to become part of what you do when you draw. And because of that, what you're actually doing is adding this solid aesthetic and construction that Bridgman brings to a drawing into your own drawing, into your own tool set, so that when you copy what he's doing and you check yourself and you test yourself and you see if you're doing, if you're understanding what he's doing and how he's approaching it, you're going to see your drawings evolve and become better because you're absorbing all the structure and construction from Bridgman who draws so blocky that it's really, really helpful, because blocky drawings, square drawings, are much easier to understand and rotate in space than round, soft things. And so when he tends to break up, the anatomy in such a way that is very, very blocky all the time. So it is really, really helpful to copy Bridgman. This is one of the reasons why I keep recommending these books. So I hope that now you understand a really good way to study the anatomy and the human figure using a Bridgman book. And I recommend doing this with just about everybody, but Bridgman right now in particular, like I said, because he's very boxy, and because he's boxy, he's much easier to grasp than a lot of other artists who are drawing a lot more natural, but round, and it's trickier to wrap your head around round things and rotate them in space. It's much easier to rotate something that's boxy. So I hope this has been helpful. And now if you give me a minute just to talk to you about my Patreon, because I'm here trying to empower artists. And I know that there's a lot of frustration going on. I know that there's a lot of walls being hit, especially in people's skill levels. And if you're really, really hitting a wall, if you don't understand why your hand's not doing what it ought to, if you understand the theory, but for some reason when you go down to draw something, you can copy really well, but you can't draw it out of your head. You can't design characters. You want to be able to do comics and you don't know where to begin. Your drawings aren't working. Your proportions are all off. Whatever it is, your designs aren't working. You don't know how to animate anything. There's just so much stuff that can be a block to you, and you are insanely driven to get better because of whatever it is that your goal is: to make a comic, to become a professional, to become a professional illustrator, to be whatever your goal is, even if it's just to be the best hobby artist you can be, and to have the hobby of drawing be calming rather than frustrating, then I highly encourage you to join me on my Patreon, specifically on the coaching tier, because I have a tier there where we will, if you sign up, and there's only 5 spaces available, 4 now, we will have a one-on-one chat where I ask you questions, you show me your work, and then we work out we work out what it is that you want, what your goals are, and then I sit down and create exercises specifically catered to your needs based on what you show me that you can do to help you get to another level, to a higher level. It doesn't matter what level you're at. If you could be a complete beginner, or you could be intermediate, or a little bit more professional. It doesn't matter what level. I will work with you to try to help you get what you want out of drawing. So if you sign up to that coaching tier on my Patreon, that's what you will get. If this sounds like something that you would want, because the best and fastest way to learn is to have somebody go over your work, because once I give you an assignment, you send it back to me once you're done with it, and that's why it's important that you are serious about this, because I don't want to be wasting my time. You send me back the assignment, and then I go over it on a video again with you. It's going to be a pre-recorded video. I send you the assignment in a pre-recorded video, but we do a live talk to find out what I need to do for you. But then I record a video giving you an assignment, explaining what it's done. You do it, you send the assignment back, and then I record a video critiquing it, so you'll always have the video so that you can look and go over it and over it at your own leisure, at your own time. And I critique what you did, I show you what to improve, and then I won't let you move forward until you start getting actually better at what you're doing. And if you're not improving, I do another assignment and work with you until you start improving. It's kind of like a fitness coach. You know, you just keep telling you to do the reps and stuff like that. Okay, so if this sounds interesting to you, if this is what you need in your life, then go ahead to my Patreon and sign up to that coaching tier. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. I hope that this video has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.